Before beginning, like this content, what should they do?
Hit that bell for notifications, subscribe, check out my comment. It's the kids series about. It's so cool. It can give amazing dreams and stop it from raining zombies.
Stop it from raining zombies.
And the prints are so awesome.
Oh yeah, we added these prints too.
Yeah.
Man, do you like those then?
Yeah.
All right.
That's super cool. More on that at the end of the video.
More of that at the end of the video. Hey there. So today I want to return to that wonderful world of entertainment. And there's nothing more entertaining than watching Mark Waid have yet another flip out. I mean, this guy, he seems to do this pretty much as a profession. I mean, whether that's punching holes in walls, whether it's going out and insulting quote-unquote people of color here and again, telling you that, well, it's a privilege to interact with folks like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's Mark Waid. And we'll talk about some of that at the end. But today we are talking about an article coming out of Bounding Into Comics. You've never heard of them, by the way? You definitely should. They take their lumps for reporting stuff just like this. They no longer get comp comics from Marvel because, hey, they talk about behavior. They no longer have a 250,000 member fan page because, again, hey, they talk about behavior. It's amazing what kind of hits people take and just keep moving on. So today's article is about Mark Waid accusing just some guy of being a borderline white. Well, you see the word there. Problem with this is, well, looking at just some guy, he has a little bit of a skin tone issue if he's going to be a borderline white. That's right. He is a quote-unquote black YouTuber. So, Marvel Comics writer Mark Waid has been accused of calling a black YouTuber Just Some Guy a borderline white YouTuber Just Some Guy criticized Mark Waid, Kwanzaa, and artist, we're going to call them PB because I'm terrible at names, Ignited series from publisher Humanoids in a video titled Ignited, the Far Left Turner Diaries. His video would feature a thumbnail showcasing altered text box from the original comic. So you can see his video. It's put here. I will actually include this in the links as well so you can find that. And you can see what he puts in there. Waid would respond to the video and the thumbnail in the video on Facebook last week. Here's the archive link too, making sure that it's real. And it is. Hey, do me a favor and circulate. Some sick, borderline, white nuts are circulating fake artwork from a comic I'm writing with Kwanzaa, Ignited, to use as quote-unquote evidence that we're using our book as a pro-violence propaganda tool. We're proud of Ignited. It's about newly empowered school shooting victims who are pushing back against gun violence in all its forms, and I encourage you to check it out. I guarantee it's different from anything else on the stands. This, however, the fake claim that our protagonists all identify as quote-unquote Antifa extremists is a lame and pathetic death rattle act from what I suspect is the wheezing, fading comicscape movement. Ordinarily, I wouldn't give such a clownish act any oxygen, but this relettered fake defacing some beautiful artwork by looks authentic enough to fool folks who haven't actually read the story. It's not fair to try to smear my collaborators on the series, and that's my concern. Thanks for spreading the truth. He included this image. So he included the fake and then he included the actual. So let's look at both. Am I a fascist? I mean, I don't feel like a fascist. I just want to use people I use power to control people. They're forming tribes. It's one thing to push back against authority figures, or Shy and Callum, I guess, ready to fight their friends. So there's the real versus that. Now, YouTuber Just Some Guy responded to the accusations in a YouTube video where he requested Mark Waid issue an apology. Since I know you're watching my videos, here's what I'll do for you. You can post an apology retracting your quote borderline white line, and don't worry about having to figure out what to say. You can post this. I apologize for calling the creator of the meme, who is black, a borderline white. My intention was to vent my anger. In my petulance, I made a racially insensitive accusation. I apologize. Just some guy adds, you can post that and nothing else. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no equivocations. And I will consider the matter done. And for your own sake, don't be stupid enough to say, I claim to be black, or trot out the black people you know to try to prove you're not a bigot. Exercise some self-control and keep your feet out of your mouth. I know you think it tastes good, but just keep it out of your mouth for just a little while. Just some guy goes on to note that he did not change the artwork as Waid claims. He goes on to state, anyone who watches my video would know that if the text appeared in the comic, I would have said so. So it's obviously fake and clearly satirical. It's a joke and a damn good one, since no one has to explain it. Even your supporters got it. Besides, I don't need to doctor pages that you and Fake Holiday wrote a pro-violence propaganda tool. Just some guy would not only address Waid on YouTube, but he would also take to Twitter to allow his followers to spread the ignited meme. He would write, it would be a shame if someone filled these empty captions with center-aligned text. Come on, be shameful, live a little, spread it around so you can see that. This idea, of course, is not extraordinary or new. Comic panels have been turned into memes all the time. Maybe the most famous is Batman slapping Robin. So you see what he blows up about. And well, I would encourage you to look up all of the memes for this too, because you get some pretty funny ones. And when you look at this as well, you know exactly what type of book we're talking about getting here. They're talking about newly empowered school shooting victims pushing back against gun violence in all its forms. I mean, what do you think you're going to get with that? And don't you think that this is going to be utilized as a political mouthpiece? I mean, isn't that what it is? Because, well, Mark Waid, number one, number two, Mark Waid, and so on. You get the picture. Mark Waid, too, as far as people of color, as this is pointed out, he always likes speaking for while going out and also attacking. Here's his attack on Alterna Comics, for example, wherein he quotes a wonderful line about blockbotting and interaction that I thought was kind of interesting. He says, yes, chains and bots sometimes result in unfair situations where a genuinely civil fan can no longer follow a creator on social media. But that was a privilege to begin with, not a God-given right. So it's a privilege to interact with those folks like Mark Waid. And well, if he comes after your company, be thankful, because, that's the guy out there. He'll try to burn you down. Also, he's got wonderful things like this. If you come to respond to my post about the specific targeted harassment of non-straight white males in comics by trying to start a But All Lives Matter side thread, we're not doing that. Those of you who feel like being a conservative in comics is just as bad as getting our threats have been invited to discuss that elsewhere, so as not to pull focus from what I perceive to be a more immediate threat. So, okay, we're talking about non-straight white males, Mark. Well, why not practice what you preach? Why not practice what you preach? Indeed. But then again, if you go out and you look at this guy, he is the strong protecting the weak. And who are the weak out there? Well, he made sure that he would put them all right here. You can see that spelled out clearly. So you get a feel for who Mark Waid is. You get a feel for yet the newest tantrum. And I have to say that it is a pretty interesting one. So good job, Mark. Good job with that. I mean, you're always going out and batting, well, at least consistency. Anyhow, you tell me what you think about this. Like this content, consider supporting the channel, checking out the links in the description. One of those is The Case of the Littlest Umbrella, 2 comic books associated with that, one wonderful message saying we can defy gatekeepers. We added a couple of new things while this is in demand, meaning we're working on it, and that includes poster print options. Now this is one of those. Check that out by John Hayes Art. I mean, he does a fabulous job with this. Pictures, they do not do it justice when you see it. I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful creation. 2 posters there. We actually have a original art setup. I mean, all kinds of stuff you can check out. Let me know what you think about this mess, too, that's going on with Mark Waid. And also, we didn't even get to the person working with him and some of the things that guy says, because, man, when you start putting that stuff together, it is crazy. But anyhow, leave your thoughts. And ending this, I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for being here. There's so many people, like say the Mark Waids, that forget who exactly built up these endeavors, who exactly allows this stuff to function and flow, because, well, you put your money there. So remind people. I mean, you remind them by going out and remembering who exactly wants you to be part of something, who exactly appreciates your endorsement. So anyhow, ending this, I want to thank you. I do appreciate you showing up here. You don't have to back anything. You just showed up. I appreciate that. So we'll do this again really soon. Thank you.